All right, hello everyone. How we doing? And welcome to the horror comedy hangout. I just got out of the movie theater, and so this is gonna be my first time in doing an out of the theater movie review for the horror comedy hangout. I don't have Jess with me, my co-host and cohort in this. She couldn't make it to this screening of this film that we're gonna talk about, but she's gonna watch it at a later time. So what I just saw was Bring Her Back from Danny and Michael Filippo. I hope I said your name right, Danny and Michael, if you're watching. So they did Talk to Me last year, and it was one of my favorite films from last year. And they are back with their sophomore film, Bring Her Back. And whew, wow, I'm just still processing this film. It is a heavy load, but it was good. It was good. I really enjoyed this. I'll tell you right off the bat, it was really good. Just this movie starts, let's just start with what it starts with. So this foster kids, these two foster kids, their father dies and they are put in the foster system, and this woman fosters them. She has her kid has passed away, and she's fostering another smaller boy there, and they go to the house, and they being fostered by this kid, this mother, and boy, is she creepy right off the bat. It is, right off the bat, she is the antagonist of this film, and the acting was amazing. She drew you in. Actually, the acting for all of these characters were really well done. I was really pleasantly surprised with that. Like I said, the mother, right off the bat, that she's the antagonist, she's creepy, she's going to start doing things along the way, and she does, and she gets creepier and creepier as they go along. So yeah, so these kids go out to this house, and she starts doing these things, and you're like, oh crap, and it just gets worse. And you know how it's a slow burn. It's a slow burn, but it doesn't feel totally like a slow burn. It does creep slowly throughout some of the second half of the first act and then into the second act, but you don't feel it like some slow burn. So I hate to call it such a slow burn, but it is in some ways. So this film, horror, definitely some horror in it, psychological, thriller, mystery, sci-fi. It has a sci-fi element in it as well too. So if you like any of those genres, you're gonna like it. The thing that want to warn you about is it deals with some heavy subjects. It deals with kids, obviously in the foster care system. So that, the thing of being in the foster care system and the roll of the dice of who you're going to end up with. The girl, the sister of the brother, they're they're stepkids, but she is visually impaired. So much where she can only see shadows. Yeah, it's just she can't really see anything. So that plays into the plot a lot, because if she was not any of those ways, they couldn't have done a lot of the stuff they could have done with her. So obviously they wrote that into the story, her being visually impaired, which works in favor for the story. That's how they created that story. So the foster mother is dealing with grief of the loss of her child. So you're dealing with heavy subjects. The loss of a child, the foster care system, and then somebody who's visually impaired, and the foster mother is manipulating these children. So she's extremely manipulative. So it's a warning, as well as something that you got to be careful if you have kids and you're worried about, a lot of the horrors and stuff are with the kids. So just a fair warning for that. But I think the brothers do it very well and showing that, and it really gets under your skin and is creepy. So just so you know, it's more of that creepy, disturbing, unsettling thing that you feel bad, and you're like, these atrocities that these kids go through is really bad. So they go through this, and the mother gets creepier and creepier. I don't want to give it away, there's just more spoils. She is kind of framing one of the kids to be looking bad throughout the film, and it just gets the escalation, and you learn her backstory. You learn more of the boys' backstory of the sisters, the brother and the sister. You learn more about the brother's backstory of stuff like that. So they pepper that through in with flashbacks and stuff like that. So you start learning more about it, which I like. And this film definitely doesn't throw everything at you. You have to, you have to pay attention, which I like that too as well. I think it's good that you should have to pay attention. I don't want a film to just tell me everything. You're like, here you go, here's everything. Let me try to figure it out as well. A little bit of mystery. So, because when we get to the end of it, I'm trying to put the pieces together. I'm like, okay, so this goes with this and this goes with that. It's not force fed with you at all. So I appreciate that 100%. So spoiler free review. I don't want to give it away too much. The acting was very well done. One thing I didn't mention was the camera work. Shot very well. They don't disappoint when they shoot. They go all out. It looked really good. I get frustrated when a horror movie doesn't look like a horror movie, and they make it look that gritty, dark, contrasty type of horror. They worked a lot in the rain, because a lot of this takes place, like half the movie I feel like is in the rain, and being a filmmaker myself, working in the rain, give them a lot of props for having to shoot it in the rain or fake rain, whatever they use for that. So that was another thing that I thought of the whole way through. I was like, you really were working through a lot of this in the rain. So, but it was shot very well. The characters, the acting was good across the board. Small cast. That was the thing. It's like it's one of those low budget kind of things too. It's like basically one location, and then a small cast of people, but they all worked well together and then brought this. So I liked it. I think most people, if you can get past that disturbing kid stuff, you're gonna like it, because it really drew me in, kept me on the edge of my seat, and I was trying to figure it out, and I couldn't figure out how the ending was going to be at all. So it does have some of the horror tropes in it, but not a lot of it. It is a different take on it. I mean, it's a familiar story, but it's a different take on it, and I really appreciate that as well. So I recommend it. Go see it. Support independent filmmakers, just like this channel does. Our Horror Comedy Hangout channel that's what we're here for, is to support the indie filmmaker. And so just go out there and get your ticket and see it and support the brothers. So yeah, because those brothers, they were YouTubers, and now they're making films. So I give them props. So please check it out. We're going to be doing a full review of this in the future, so stay tuned for that. And the next one we got coming up is next week is Clown in the Cornfield. We're reviewing that, so you get to see that. So check that one out as well. Check out all our other videos. Like and subscribe. I respond to every comment, so please check us out. Thank you for watching, and let me know if you do like these out of the theater reviews, because it's kind of a different take. It's like it's right what I feel right as soon as I come out of that theater. So I'll see you soon. Have a good day.